My name is Sally Williams and I'm going to be one of the artists exhibiting in the Invited exhibition, which is coming to Worthing Museum quite soon. Well, I've always painted the figure. My children for the last 20 years as they've grown up, and more recently I've been looking at my own childhood. I grew up in the 60s and I've got quite a lot of photographs from that time to work from. But actually it sort of sparked an interest in black and white photography, which we've been awash with in recent years due to the World War II anniversaries, and I've been fascinated by the imagery of that time, the clothing and the textures that I can paint as an artist. It's full of exciting things to paint. It also gives me freedom of colour, which means I can be far more creative. And actually I quite like the juxtaposition of having very old imagery against very modern colours. And I think also I do love the work of children, and I think I try to capture their spontaneity and freshness in my work. Well, Joan Erdley was a big influence on me. She's one of the lecturers at the university when I was doing my degree suggested that I look at Joan Erdley's work because he felt that we obviously had some affinity, and I just love her work, and I've used several of her photographs as my resource material, which I'm hoping to show in the gallery. Well, from the original photographs, sometimes I can work directly from the photograph and that will work okay, but actually usually it tends to go from the photograph to a study or a sketch, and sometimes there has to be several studies in order to sort of get things to work out, particularly with colours, because obviously when using black and white resource, you can go crazy and things can go wrong, so you have to sort of work things out a little bit first. So sometimes it can be 2 or 3 steps before we get to the painting itself. But I love to be really free and spontaneous with the paint. I love the thing that paint is, and the smell and the texture, and I love to be as playful as I can. Use rags and my fingers and anything I can to make an interesting mark. Other influences, actually, I have to say, there's a tutor who gives classes in the area, and her name's Emily Ball, and she's been an incredible influence on me. Very, very good to make you enjoy the paint. And I think actually one of the things that's most important with oil paint is not to be frightened of it.